The following program is a production of Pioneer Public Television. Funding for this program has been provided by the Minnesota Arts and Cultural Heritage Fund through a vote of the people of Minnesota on November 4th, 2008. Grassland Jam recorded during the annual Minnesota Bluegrass and Old Time Music Festival at El Rancho Mañana near Richmond, Minnesota. Grassland Jam showcases the main stage performances presented during the four-day festival by regional and national bands. Now, from the main stage, Russell Moore and Third Time Out.
I was born the son of a southern sharecropping man, born with the blades and the plow and the calloused hands. I was working in the fields with my dad when I was age 2. By 10 I could do what my dad could do. My daddy was a hard-working man of the land. His name was John, Little John I am. Well, my mama took sick and died when I was 13. It was just dead and the dogs and the crops and me. We'd work 6 days from sun up till sundown, and on Sunday pray for the rain to come down. My daddy was a God-loving Christian man. His name was John, Little John I am. Oh, my daddy taught me how to work hard and how to live right. Taught me how to promenade the girls on a Saturday night. He said, "Never hit a man, do you know that all's been said and done? I never liked to fight, but never fight I won." My daddy had hands of steel and the heart of a lamb. Oh, his name was John, Little John I am. I was born the son of a southern sharecropping man, and like my father before me, I worked the land. And my only born son, Jonathan, has just turned 3. And he's a-weeding out the corn rows, kneeling next to me. My daddy was a hard-working man of the land. His name was John, Little John I Gonna get out my sycamore, shine up my shoes, call my baby and tell her the news. Bet my bundle on the sleigh back bag, came home a winter with a penny of swag. 1 foot, 2 foot, slew foot drag, swing your honey to the sugarfoot bag. Bigger than a jig and the zig and a zag, listen to us play the sugarfoot bag. Got a big jug of cider and a bottle of wine. One's for my honey and the other is mine. Sip on the cider, sip on the while we both sit together and have a good time. 1 foot, 2 foot, slew foot, drag, swing your honey to the sugarfoot rag. Wiggle and a jig and a zig and a zag, and listen to us play the sugarfoot rag. Gonna spend all my money and get on the jag. Swing my honey to the sugarfoot rag. Walk right up and stomp on the floor and swing up the middle with the shoe fly forward. 1 foot, 2 foot, slew foot, drag. Swing your honey to the sugarfoot rag. Wiggle and a jig and a zig and a zag, and listen to us play this sugarfoot rag. Well, good evening, Minnesota. How are we doing tonight? Well, you sound wonderful, and if I could see you, I'd probably tell you look wonderful too. But I saw you right before the sun went down, and everybody looks great. Even everybody up there in the what would you call that? The woods. Okay, that works for me. Well, we're so proud to be here with you. We've been looking forward to coming over here and playing, singing a few songs for you here tonight. We don't get in this area very often, so it's a treat for us as well when we do. So we want to thank y'all for spending some time with us here this evening. We're really looking forward to doing the songs that we have picked out for you.
We'll try it for you guys now. It's called Spindale.
Wayne Benson on the mandolin, folks.
Up next, Joe Mullins and the Radio Ramblers.
There's a girl in the mountains that I call my mountain honey. I love her like the flowers love the dew. All the fellas try to tame her, but someday I'm gonna claim her. My wild mountain honey loves me too. She's my wild mountain honey, and I love her, yes I do. She's as sweet as any honey in the comb. She's as pretty as the flowers that are blooming in the mountains. And I'm gonna marry her and bring her home. Mountains down in Tennessee, where the mountain laurel was blooming in the spring. Everything is bright and sunny, and I'm saving up my money for my wild mountain honey's wet and cream. She's my wild mountain honey, and I love her, yes I do. She's as sweet as any honey in the comb. She's as pretty as the flowers that are blooming in the mountains. And I'm gonna marry her and bring her home. And I'm gonna marry her and bring her home. Appreciate that very much. That's been a hit for bluegrass traditionalists this year, and what a thrill to be partnered with Junior Sisk. Junior is the male vocalist of the year for the International Bluegrass Music Association. Pardon me. Junior, you think we're hillbillies. Junior's a Blue Ridge mountain boy that sings with all heart and soul, and it's been fun to be partnered on a CD called Hall of Fame Bluegrass. We went to work for Rebel Records last year and came up with a 13-song album that pays tribute to almost all the members of the Bluegrass Hall of Fame in some way or another. When you connect all the dots, we have that CD with us. Wild Mountain Honey is the tune that folks have enjoyed off that album. Me and Dwayne doing the singing for you right there. The song in the album pays tribute to the Osborne brothers and Red Allen. And they have been long-time Bluegrass Hall of Fame members. And when I mentioned southwestern Ohio, the closest big town to where I live is Dayton, Ohio, just north of Cincinnati, about 50 miles. Our area is really rich in bluegrass history. And when I mentioned the Osborne brothers, that little Wild Mountain Honey tune was in their early days, back in the mid-50s. Hardcore, honky-tonk bluegrass, industrial strength from downtown Dayton. The Osborne brothers started their career when Bobby first sang Ruby on the radio at a station just south of Dayton in Middletown, Ohio. My dad became an announcer on that same station about 15 years later, and I started there over 30 years ago. So from the neighborhood where the Osborne brothers started, that's where I grew up. And so many other great bluegrass bands are from our part of the country, like Larry Sparks and the Dry Branch Fire Squad and Jim McCall and the Newfound Road recently. We're from a great neighborhood. We're going to stay with a little bit of bluegrass history here and sing you a medley of some of those Osborne Brothers songs that I grew up hearing on the radio. They forged a new harmony style in the 50s and 60s that put them on the Grand Ole Opry stage 50 years ago this week. So very appropriate timing and paying tribute to the Osborne Brothers. Now, if you're new to bluegrass, I want you to act like that you recognize every one of these and go hog wild. It's a medley. When we go from one song to the next, you shake the leaves off the trees, and we'll do our best to sing this in tribute to Bluegrass Hall of Famers, the Osborne Brothers. We'll start with this one right here. When your bright lights and your avenue so wide. Windy City, turn loose of my baby. If you don't give her back, I'll lose my mind. You say tomorrow you're going. It's so hard for me to believe. I'm making plans to be lonesome, 'cause you're making plans to leave. I'm making plans for the teardrops, 'cause you're making plans to leave. Come all ye fair and tender ladies, take warning how you court young men. They're like a star on a summer morning. They first appear and then they're gone. Kentucky, you are the dearest land outside of heaven to me. Kentucky, your laurel and your redbud trees, when I die, I want to rest upon some peaceful mountain so high. For there is where God will look for me. Well, the foreman likes to push me around. He can't get my spirits down. Collar worker till the day I die. Be a blue collar worker till the day I die. Be a blue collar worker till the day I die. That's a little working man's song. Hopefully you're not going to have to rush out of here tomorrow because you got to punch that time clock first thing on Monday morning. If you do, bless your heart. Maybe you did that for 40 years and now you're living the dream. Great big RV, little bitty dog. We want to be just like you when we grow up. We probably play 30 or 40 bluegrass festivals every summer, and those are the happiest people in the world. Great big RV, little bitty dog. That makes them all happy right there. That'll be in a new album we'll have next month, the Blue Collar Blues. Well, let's get into that Hall of Fame CD again. Hall of Fame Bluegrass from me and Junior Sis. We do several of those tunes from that. And here's a good story song. With this, we want to acknowledge all of the veterans that are here in the concert area and on the grounds for the weekend. If you have served honorably in any branch of the armed forces, yeah, let's hear it for them. We thank you for your service and your families for their sacrifice. This is a wartime story song, I think originally from the World War I era. Fortunately or unfortunately, the song is still relevant, and it's one of the story songs in that Hall of Fame CD that I get to do the singing on. Mike Terry helps out on this. This is called I'll Be There, Mary Dear. Goodbye, Mary, I must go. Said a lad now, don't grieve so. For it's duty that calls me far across the sea. Take this autumn leaf of gold, said the maid will never grow old. Always wear it near your heart and think of me. Meet me yonder down the lane when I come back home again, 'neath the tree where this autumn leaf once grew. Kiss me, Mary, then we'll part, said the lad with a broken heart. When the leaves begin to fall, I'll be with you. I'll be there, Mary dear, I'll be there. When the fragrance of the roses fills the air, 'neath that oak tree grand and tall, when the leaves begin to fall, I'll be there, yes I'll be there, sweet Mary dear. See the lad with empty sleeve and his comrades taking leave. They're now home again, the transport has come back. If she loved you, then I know she won't love you less, I know. And one arm will do to hold her to you, Jack. It was autumn time again as he wandered down the lane. There beneath that old oak tree he found a grave, and there he knelt in silent prayer, for the one he loved slept there, and the tears fell on the golden leaf she gave. I'll be there, Mary dear, I'll be there, when the fragrance of the roses fills the air, 'neath that oak tree grand and tall, when the leaves...
Thank you for watching Grassland Jam. Join us next time for more bluegrass and old-time music. Funding for this program has been provided by the Minnesota Arts and Cultural Heritage Fund through a vote of the people of Minnesota on November 4th, 2008.